All right, cool. So we're going to read our passage today, okay? First, we're going to review the high frequency words. Can you read these words on the top for me? Make sure you can point to them as you're reading.
Sure, waste, remove, used, done, snow, ever,
This is even.
even.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, throw,
Well, there's no R in this, so this is though,
though.
okay?
Okay.
Are you ready to talk about the passage a little bit before we read?
Yep.
All right, let's look at the title. A Fine Time on the Slope. What do you think this story is going to be about? Who would be on a slope and what would someone be doing on the slope?
I feel like you would be on like a ski slope,
Okay.
and I have a feeling that like the passage is going to be about a person accidentally takes a wrong turn and goes into the woods, and
Uh-oh. That would be
And-
bad.
and needs to find her way out.
Needs to find the way out of the woods. Has that ever happened to you when you were snowboarding down a slope? Once? Oh boy.
There was like a jump on the side of the hill here,
Yeah.
and then I went. I walked into the woods.
Well, at least you didn't get hurt and you made your way out. So,
Yeah, but this was like on vacation or
when
something.
you're on vacation. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to find out what happens in the story, A Fine Time on the Slope. And you're going to read this page for me, okay, from this paragraph to the end. And when you're reading, I want you to really create a movie in your head. Visualize what's happening. Think about what's happening and create that picture. So when you're finished, you can tell me what happened, okay? So you're going to read that page silently, stop after the word top, and when you're reading, I want you to use your pencil to guide you along with the words and scoop it as you're reading,
Okay.
okay? Whenever you're ready, you can start.
Silently, right?
Silently, right, and just remember to create that picture in your head when you make a movie while you're reading. Good? Okay. I want you to look back into the book, take a minute, and really create that picture in your mind and create that movie, okay? So look back at the passage, take a minute to look back at what you need to, and then let me know when you're ready.
Thank you.
You're good? You sure?
I'm sure.
Okay. Rehearse in your mind what you're going to tell me. Okay? Looking at the passage.
Looking at that?
Yeah, rehearse in your mind what you want to tell me. You're going to retell me what happened.
Not the exact words, correct?
You can say word for word if you need to.
You understand?
Good? Okay. So, tell me what happened, buddy. What happened in this story?
Stan and Kate love to go down hills. And there was just one day that the sun shined so bright. It wasn't that cold, but there's still a lot of snow everywhere, so it's too beautiful of a day to waste. So Kate and Stan gets their sleds from the shed, and the red sled was Kate's and the black one was Stan's. They walked down the lane. As the two best friends walked down the lane, they saw a big hill. When they were pushing their sleds up the hill, they wouldn't stop thinking of the thrill they would have. Finally, they got to the top, and then finally slid down it. It was a little bit of a hike to get back to the top, but it was fun.
Cool. That was excellent. Nice job. So, what do you think the word thrill means?
Thrill, have a very, 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 very good time.
Good. Now, if the sun shone, right? It was shining. It was nice and what? Warm and bright. Good. So we thought maybe they were going to go skiing or something, right? That's what we talked about in the beginning. But what were they really doing?
Sledding.
Sledding. Nice job. Okay. So I'm going to tell this story by drawing pictures. Okay. And we're going to go over this together. So we have two friends, Stan and Kate.
We put long hair.
Long hair, right? She's a girl.
Yeah.
And they like to slide down hills.
You gotta make the whole end. You can't just put like an iceberg.
One day, the sun was shining. It was shone brightly, so it was not too cold. Right?
Mm-hmm.
There was still a lot of snow everywhere, and they did not want to waste the day. So, Stan and Kate went to the shed to remove their sleds. What does it mean to remove something?
Take it away.
Good, they're taking it out. And Kate's was red. Stan's was black. And the two friends walked down the lane to head to the hill, thinking about the thrill that they were going to have, right? That they're thinking.
Oh, they're thinking.
Yeah. While they pulled their sleds, they went up to the hill. They finally made it to the bottom of the great hill, right? They said it was great. Whee! And it was such a hike to get back to the top, but they kept pushing. And finally got up there. Do you think they were going to go back down?
Yep.
Yeah? Good. Okay. So, can you tell me? All right, so I'm going to say what happened, okay? You have two friends. You have Stan and Kate, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they like to slide down the hill. It was a nice, shiny, bright day, so it wasn't too cold, and there was still snow everywhere. They did not want to waste the day.
Okay.
So they decided that they were going to go to the shed, get their sleds. Kate's was red, Stan's was black, and the two friends walked down the lane. And as they pulled their sleds to the great hill, they were thinking about the thrill or the fun that they were going to have. They finally made it to the bottom. And when they went back up, it was quite a hike, but they pushed on and made it to the top.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now I'm going to retell this without the book, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Stan and Kate like to slide down the hill. The sun was shining on a day. It was nice and bright, so it wasn't too cold. But there was still a lot of snow everywhere, and they did not want to waste the day away. So Stan and Kate, the two friends, decided to go to the shed to remove their sleds. As they walked down the lane and headed toward the hill, pulling their sleds, they were thinking about the thrill that they were about to have, or the fun. They finally made it to the bottom of the hill. They said the hill was great and had to go back up. Even though it was a big hike up the hill, they pushed on and made it to the top.
Okay.
Do we think they went back down?
Yes.
Yeah, you think?
And then went up again and down again.
Up and down again?
Oh.
Yeah. So, that's how I want you to rehearse it and retell it, okay? Use your pencil and you go ahead and tell me what happened.
Okay. Stan and Kate loved to go down hills. It was a very sunny day, so it wasn't really that chilly, but there was a snow everywhere, and they did not want to waste time for the day. Stan and Kate, the two best friends, went to the shed and removed their sleds. Kate's was red, Stan's was black. They were walking down the lane and thinking of how much fun, aka thrill, that they were going to have. Pulling their sleds up the big hill. Wait, did I get confused there?
Mm-hmm.
So they were thinking about the thrill they were going to have. So they went up the hill. It was a very big hike, but they finally got to the top. They went wee all down the
Good job.
It was and they called it the Great Hill. It was the kind of hike they get back up, and then, but they got to the top.
They got to the top, right? Good. So this is how we are going to rehearse and retell if we need to make pictures with the story from now on, okay, when we're practicing. All right. That's a period. I don't know why I drew a period, but now we're going to read this out loud, okay? While you are reading this, make sure to use your pencil and scoop for fluency as you're reading, okay?
Stan and Kate did like to slide down hills. One day, the sun shone, so it was not too cold. Yet there was still a lot of snow everywhere. It was too fine of a day to waste. Stan and Kate removed their sleds from the shed. The red sled was Kate's, and the black one was Stan's. The two friends walked down the lane to find a big hill. While they pulled their sleds, they could not help but think of the thrill to come. At last, they made it to the bottom of the great hill. It was quite a hike, but a push until they got to the top.
Good, Paul. You did a nice job, but I'm going to show you, I'm going to do some reading as well, and you're going to echo the sentence for me, phrasing it properly, okay, with good expression and fluency. Ready? So after I read it, I'm going to have you read each one, okay? Stan and Kate removed their sleds from the shed.
Stan and Kate removed their sleds from the shed.
Good. The red was Kate's, and the black one was Stan's.
The red sled was Kate's, and the black one was Stan's.
The two friends set off to walk down the lane to find the big hill.
The two friends set off to walk down the lane to find a big hill.
While they pulled their sled, they could not help but think of the thrill to come.
While they were pulling their sleds, they could not help but think of the thrill to come.
At last, they made it to the bottom of a great hill.
At last, they made it to the bottom of a great hill.
It was quite a hike, but they pushed on until they got to the top.
It was quite a hike, but they pushed until they got to the top.
Good. All right, buddy. You did a nice job today. Good job. Okay. You can close that for me.